to state her opinion when it comes to Vanessa Reiser, Louie's ex, giving her opinion or providing her opinion on Teresa and the girls, right? So I'm sure you guys have seen this on social media already, but I'm just going to read what I found online. So it says, well, this is what Jennifer says. She says, what is the goal here? Did some people not get the memo yet? FYI, Louie is married to Teresa. That old chapter is and has been closed. Done. Over. Bye. Stop holding on. And maybe we shouldn't focus so much on narcissism, but rather the obsessive compulsive disorder where some people just can't let it go. So hashtag new chapter, hashtag enough already, hashtag let it go. And someone responded like under her comment, like talking about Teresa's guarantees views. Unfortunately, a lot of horrible people have figured this out. Might be time for a cease and desist order. Too many lunatics comfortable with slandering Louie and Trey. So, on the under the tweet, all about the Real Housewives, like basically they say, just press on this video, like you press on this video and you'll see what Vanessa did, right? But when I look at the video in itself, I don't think that that's a new video from what I could see. Like that was like from a few years ago, so that's not like a new interview that she gave. It has been out there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the one that I saw, and I remember seeing this online a few years ago with this famous YouTuber that is sometimes controversial, right? So I'm not sure if they're talking about like some sort of new interview that she gave, but the one in the picture and the one in the video was from an old interview, like at least a few years ago. Like I think it was in 2020 or 2021. So anyways, I would have to say that, okay, so this is what Vanessa said, just to provide you guys with some context. So she basically said that Teresa has, daddy. Okay, what does it say? It says, Vanessa claims Teresa's issues most likely have a daddy component, which makes her unable to trust women and instead follow a life structured around patriarchy. And then she talks about, her daughter most likely growing up with like having like body image issues due to growing up with cameras around. So that's what she says. So I don't really have a problem with Vanessa saying that about Teresa or about her daughters, as long as she is sharing her personal opinion and not her professional opinion. Because, at the end of the day, even though she was with Louie and she was his fiance and she's not with him anymore, it doesn't mean that she cannot be a fan of the show. Most likely she has been a fan of the show prior to even meeting Louie. So I don't have a problem with Vanessa giving her personal opinion when it comes to Teresa. At the end of the day, that's what I'm doing. That's what a lot of people out there are doing, right? But as long as it's her personal opinion and not her professional one, because I think that would be irresponsible to try to diagnose Teresa or her daughter based off of a show, right? It's reality TV, not reality. It's constructed reality. There's lots of edit. It's not uncut. It's not unedited. So I think it would be irresponsible for her to try to diagnose a person on TV that she is not currently following, that is not under her care. That would be something irresponsible. And I think those girls from All About the Truth, they were saying on their podcast, they were trying to come up with ways to try to make her lose her professional license. They actually said that. Those are her words, not mine. But yes, so obviously Vanessa has been given a lot of interviews since 2020. And at the end of the day, I think that if there were grounds to have her license taken away from her, they would have done that already. So what that tells me is that she is still being careful in the way that she states her opinion, and she tries to make like the difference. Like she's being careful and responsible in the way that she delivers that message, because obviously she wants to speak for herself and not as a clinician. Like that's how I receive it. Otherwise, she could get in serious trouble, right? So, anyways, another question that I had when it comes to Vanessa, because you guys know she was supposed to be on Dana Wilkie's, and after the whole thing that happened with the Bodidel and the restraining order, she backed out of the interview. And then even recently, Dana said that Vanessa was supposed to come on her podcast and talk and shed some light as to what happened with the whole private investigation, and the employee that was basically a fake patient and hired by Bodidel's firm to come and just get some information on Vanessa. So anyways, she was supposed to come and talk to Dana about this, but Dana has not been able to confirm a date with Vanessa, because obviously she was feeling kind of like uneasy, and she was saying that her lawyers were not allowing her to discuss and have these interviews. She was not at liberty to speak on the matter, right? So I was a little bit surprised to see Vanessa on another podcast with Misunderstood Rachel Uchitel. I like Rachel. I like her style of interviewing, and I think she's very smart and very articulate, beautiful, and all of that. But it was a great interview. But I was surprised to see Vanessa there, because that interview got released on July 5th, like a couple weeks ago. So, and Vanessa does talk about, like she alleges about what happened with the whole Bodidel thing, and she talks about like the narcissistic abuse that she was under. She never references Louie. She's not allowed to say his name. You have a gag, or like, she can't speak and say his name. We know who she's talking about, but she can't say his name, right? So it's about an hour long, and the interview was released, like it's fully available on YouTube. And you can see that she gave that interview with Rachel Uchitel, but she has not gone on Dana and talked to Dana about, the situation. And I was under the impression that maybe it would have happened first. So I'm not sure if she is now at liberty of speaking on the matter, but just